Welcome back. PAVAN Liqueur launched during Art Basel, and now you can find it from Miami all the way to Palm Beach. Here's their creative director, Stephanie Marco, with more on the deliciousness of the brand and how you can win a trip to Paris. Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And I think you win the award for guest with coolest bottle of something.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, that is really cool. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
All right, so we'll get to the design of the bottle in a minute, but first, what are we looking at? What is PAVAN?
You're looking at a beautiful Muscat grape liqueur. It's the only one of its kind, so it's a brand new category. And you know, the Muscat grape is sort of the sweet little grape that comes from the south of France. At least ours come from the south of France, and in a very special region called Frontignan. It's just on the Mediterranean Sea, and it's an AOC certified vineyard. So it's basically the second in all of France to be AOC certified, which just means that it's just special, and that the grapes have been sort of recognized nationally as a very special vineyard with superior product.
You said a lot of words in that sentence that sound beautiful. Is this place in France like the most magical place in the universe with little bluebirds and waterfalls?
It's pretty magical, and there's peacocks too. We can get into that in a second.
Right.
But yeah, there's, you know, roaming hills, all the things you would think of a French vineyard to be, plus the sea. It's a really great place for agriculture. They take it very seriously. The whole town sort of comes together and handpicks the grapes each season, and there's 3 different harvests, and people get really excited for it, and they handpick them. And then the grapes are actually aged for a few years in casks that date back to the 1800s.
So, you know, I don't know all too much about this whole process. How does this happen? You know, did someone from your company go to France and just say, well, these grapes taste delicious, I want to make a liqueur? Like, how do you get to this point?
Well, you know, we're always looking for really interesting, beautiful kind of classic styles of drinking, and I love introducing new ways of drinking to people, to my friends. I think everyone does, but I get to do it for a living. So we actually tasted this liqueur that was blended by Pascal Reeves, who is the master blender of PAVAN, and I was immediately inspired by the south of France, and that was his inspiration as well. He would vacation by the sea as a young boy, and he's a master blender. He makes lots of different beautiful spirits, including a really nice cognac, and he created this spirit of the Muscat grape with a bit of orange blossom, sort of in this old style, but with a bit of a new modern twist. And it's a classic way of drinking since the 16th century, but we sort of put a modern twist on it with a bit of the orange blossom.
So how would you describe the taste? I mean, I know you kind of just sort of alluded to it, but what would you say is, you know, when you think of the taste of this, what do you say?
Well, if you love like refreshing, crisp grape flavor, you'll love PAVAN. It's very refreshing. It's also got this finish of orange blossom. So the sweetness really is subtle. It's not as cloying or thick as one might think a liqueur to be. We get that a lot. So the flavor is just very subtle. It's very much summer. But I definitely, you know, I had a sneak preview of this during the fall and winter, and we found some really great cocktails that we're excited to launch in the winter time too. So it's not only for summer, but the inspiration is definitely the sea.
I thought you were going to say I had a sneak preview of this before the interview started, and then I was going to
well,
say,
maybe I did.
This is going to be a great interview in that case.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Tell me about the name.
PAVAN. Okay. Well, PAVAN is a dance from the 16th century. It's from the Magnificent era of the Renaissance, and it was this very boring processionary dance of the peacock. And the peacock, which were these little animals that kept kind of creeping up on us through the vineyards, through my travels in Frontignan, and we kept seeing them, and I sort of put them into the brief when I was talking about what I wanted the brand to feel like, and we really started to get very into this kind of dream world of what the peacock could represent for the brand, this whimsy. And c'est pavaner is actually a term that's used in French that means sort of a person who's kind of a bit cocky, and they have a lot of, you know, swagger and a lot of confidence. So to say c'est pavaner means to be like, I strut like a peacock. I don't care what you think of me.
Yeah, and I know that this drink really sort of sounds like inherently South Florida. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, right? Like it's cool and it's fun.
The U.S. Mediterranean.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Sure.
So I would imagine that having a presence down here is probably very important to you.
Definitely. We launched here, so it was crucial for us. This has been our first primary market, and we launched during Art Basel. We had a fun little cocktail mobile gallery that we did with White Wall magazine, and we brought people around to the different exhibits, and we served cocktails, and we had a little art exhibit with some 60s photographers on board. So we really love South Florida.
Well, that's great. And this bottle, let's get back to that now, because it is, I mean, it's striking. It's great looking. What was the creative process behind this?
Well, we really wanted it to feel like the Mediterranean. That's our inspiration. It's the vibrant colors and the flavors of the Mediterranean, and not all of us get to go there. And I certainly, before I got to go there, had in my mind's eye what the vision of that place would be like. And we want it to be sort of an easy escape, an affordable escape. You can open PAVAN, you can come to our website, you can look at the Mediterranean, you can look at the bottle and feel like you're there.
And you hand designed each bottle personally.
Yes, I
meticulously.
hand paint them personally.
Right, obviously.
Yes.
Well, listen, we're doing a lot of talking about how great this tastes and how delicious it is, and I think that I owe it to the people, as an ambassador to them, to really sort of dive into the product for them and we learn a little bit more just about how delicious it is. So I think we should make something.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's do that for you. All right, Stephanie, what are we making?
We're making the most delicious sangria you've ever had.
That's a bold statement. I've had a lot of delicious sangria.
And it's really simple, really fast. It's just basically equal parts PAVAN and sparkling water. I really like Perrier because, one, they are made not so far from where PAVAN's made, and just the mineralness really lends itself to some of the citrus notes in PAVAN. And I don't know if you smell that.
I do actually, yeah.
But
it is. It's like it's very sort of flavorful and light, and yeah.
That's the grape. That's the natural grape. We don't add really much sugar. We have about half the sugar of other cordials on the market. The sweetness really comes from that tiny little petite muscat grape.
Yeah, you can really smell it. Yeah, trust me. Trust me, you can really smell it.
And we're just going to top it with some sparkling water.
Okay.
You can add any kind of fruit you like. I love citrusy fruits. The Mediterranean, any kind of fruits that come from that region are always perfect.
And I wanted to ask you quickly, because I know that sort of fashion is a big component of what you're all about too.
Yeah. Well, you know, cocktails and fashion have been going together for a very long time. During Prohibition, it was really the first time that women were asked to come out socially. And you know, Prohibition was sort of this time when people were drinking illegally. Men were predominantly drinking, and it was seen as less illicit to invite a woman out as your guest. And as such, women had to sort of learn how to be fashionable, and it inspired Christian Dior to create the first cocktail dress in the 1940s, and so there wouldn't be a cocktail dress without cocktails.
Look at that, a little lesson in fashion as well. And also, you guys have this really cool contest where somebody can actually go to France?
Yes, we're sending one lucky winner and her friend to France at the end of the month, and we've decided to post the contest again, and it's running through September. If you go on our Facebook page, just at the top there's a banner where it says Jet Set Sweepstakes. If you click on that and sign up, you'll be automatically entered to win. Okay.
Are talk show hosts who have interviewed you eligible to win or not?
I think we can make an exception.
Right. Okay, last, if people do want to go to that website, what is the website?
It's pavan-liqueur.com.
Okay, well, this was great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll have you back soon.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. When we come back, the hottest and hippest hairstyles for men and women across South Florida this summer. Stick around.